Morning everyone. So now that the weather's starting to warm up here in southeast Queensland, I'm changing over my garden beds from the winter produce into spring produce. And normally I would leave my broccoli once I harvest the main head. Normally I'll leave it so that it grows little side shoot heads on it, so that I get more of an extended harvest from the same plant. But I really need this space ready, starting to be ready for spring planting pretty much by the end of July, so next week, end of next week, just to get stuff in ahead of August while we've still got some rain coming. So what I've done is, on everything that had already been the heads had been pre-harvested, I've chopped them down at ground level, so in each of those, just to clear space. So there's one pile more, and then the other pile that I've chopped out. The couple of broccoli that are still in the garden are plants that are still developing their heads, and then the other plants in the garden are these cauliflower. So this one will be, it's a bit bug eaten, but this one's starting to separate, so it'll get picked either tomorrow or the next day. I'll take you around and show you from the other angle. So because I have these raised beds, I've got my pathway there, so I can harvest at the top and on the bottom, and then I've got another pathway starting here. Unfortunately, because we're still in the process of changing everything over, we still haven't quite got all the mulch and the pathways set. We just have a giant cluster of weeds, but as you can see, the European bees are loving it, so go on them. So through this front, let me just zoom out, you can see the giant red mustard that I planted as a seedling's doing really well. The garlic's surviving. Now that I've trimmed back a lot of the broccoli that was in here, these, the garlics at the back can get more sunlight, so hopefully they'll start to bulb up now. Got our purple kale. Still got some cabbages still to harvest. This is cabbage I harvested this morning. As you can see, I've trimmed off at ground level, and this is the kale that I planted underneath them last week, so it's ready to go. It's now in sunlight. More purple kale, more red mustard. You can see in this corner is my shadiest corner, because it's on the east and it has this rock wall and the hedge plants. Sort of a bit slower to develop than other sides, but we got cabbages in there still going, got cauliflowers, and of course the broccoli that went to flower. And you can just hear all those European bees, and they're just absolutely smothering it this time of the morning. So yeah, that's the sort of an update as I start to transition this patch into my springtime garden. And at the same time, we're going to start putting garden beds in here. So I'll have two, sleeper beds with pathways in between. So the beds will be the same width as my blueberry planter, and they'll come down the middle and have a pathway between them. And then those will start getting ready for summer planting. But my plan up here on this tier is to put another top dress of compost, which we've got compost from one of our compost bays ready to go. That'll come out here and top dress this. Another layer of mulch will get put on, and then I've just got some watermelon seeds that I have to plant in seedling trays this weekend, and once they've come up and they got their first true leaves, they'll come out here in the garden and they're gonna be on this tier here. So hopefully there'll be 2 watermelons, and they will probably cover this whole tier come end of summer, and hopefully, fruit flies willing, I will get some watermelons. Last time I grew watermelons, the only ones that survived were the ones that were hidden inside the lavender bush. So we'll see how I go, being that I lack some lavender. So there you go, garden update. Thank you for watching. Bye.